Hello, hello. So I've been thinking about one of Sandy's questions from yesterday evening, and one of her questions was, how do we know that we are creative life force energy, that we are nothing but this creative life force energy, aka a multidimensional spiritual being having a human experience? How do we know that we are this? So there is many ways to answer this, and we had a really good answer from Maggie during the session. And what I would like to say about that, which is something I probably said before, but perhaps it's worth repeating, that one is that the Bible says you were created in the mirror image of the Creator. And okay, so maybe you don't like the Bible, or maybe you are unable to give any kind of authority to the Bible. But the funny thing is that quantum physics proves the same exact thing. So that's very interesting then, isn't it? To me it is. Because quantum physics proves that when we observe particles, then the particles behave according to our expectation. When we don't observe them, then they exhibit a dual nature and they behave as waves, and they flicker in and out of existence. And when they are not in this world in existence, they are in the quantum field. However, when an observer, a human being, starts to observe those particles, then they start behaving in the way that we expect them to behave according to the normal laws of normal physics, not quantum physics. So then they start behaving as particles, as solid, I mean. And so what does that mean about us as human beings? It is that we are that, it means that we are that observer who, by virtue of observing, we are collapsing potentiality into form, potentiality into matter. So doesn't this mean that we are a creator? That we just get to freaking create something out of nothing. Nothing, there is no nothing and everything is nothing, but so nothing, I mean, from the quantum field, which is invisible for our physical eyes. It is invisible in this physical world because the quantum field is a kind of like a non-physical thing, although it does exist in a different type of physicality. So you know how human beings only see like 1 point something percent of all the light, the electromagnetic spectrum that exists in the world. So what we do is, when we choose to observe something, then we collapse potentiality from the invisible quantum field or unified field into form, into this physical material world. So what does that mean then? What are we? If this is what we are, if this is what we do, if this is how our consciousness works, if this is how our observation works, then what are we? What does this mean about being a human being? Is that we are this observer who creates something out of nothing by virtue of observing, by virtue of directing the focus of our awareness. In other words, what does it mean to direct the focus of our awareness that means thinking. That means choosing our focus, thinking. By thinking thoughts, we get to turn thoughts into reality. So that's how come that what we are is this observer, a creator, creative life force energy. So furthermore, okay, so you might ask, you might go like, okay, so I understand I'm this observer who collapses potentiality into form and into matter, which means I am a creator of some sort, because I'm creating stuff from the invisible world into this visible world, just by virtue of thinking and choosing my focus and choosing what thoughts I'm thinking and what intentions I have. But how come that I am energy? What do you mean I'm creative life force energy? Well, because you are energy, because everything is energy. In this world, nothing is solid, everything is energy. If you look at a table or your own arm under an electron microscope, you will see subatomic particles, energy, just moving and vibrating. That's what everything is. So you are that too. And then there is your awareness, what you are, this awareness, this point of awareness that is solidifying potentiality into matter. And you do this unconsciously when it comes to your own body and much of your life too. So that's how come you are literally creative life force energy. You are energy that solidifies in this reality by virtue of focus from the world of the invisible. Does that make sense? Let me know.